Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, I welcome all of you in this lecture. So, good morning to everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, let me present my screen to you. Yes, please let me know. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, see, in my last lecture, we have already deal with the definition of convergence of a sequence. I hope you have gone through that definition. Now, let me know. Do you have any difficulties while understanding that definition? See, I can understand this definition is new for you. So, at the very first place, you are having some difficulties while understanding it. Okay, but believe me, if you go further or as we move further in this course, and we have solved some example based on that definition, then that definition will be more clear to you. Okay, but please try to understand that definition. That is very important in simple words. That definition tells what? If I am approaching towards the tail of the sequence after certain stage, and we are going to call that stage as n naught. Means what? See, suppose I'm considering a sequence an, and that sequence has a limit point, and we are going to call that limit point as a. Then what we are saying is, after some stage and not, we are coming closer and closer towards that limit point, which is nothing but a. And for that we are using the notation that is an minus a is less than epsilon, where epsilon is any small positive number for all n bigger than or is equals to n naught. Means after this point n naught, we are coming closer and closer towards this number a. Hence, we are going to call this sequence n is converging to this point a. And in my previous lecture, we have seen this example also. Okay, where we have found out the limit of such kind of function is nothing but 3 by 5. This we have seen in my previous lecture. So let us try to move further. Okay. Now our next example is show that minus 1 to the power n is not convergent. Now what is the meaning of this statement minus 1 to the power n is not convergent? Yes, anyone? Yes, I am waiting for your answer. Please try to answer my question. Till then, let me write something. Yes, what do we mean by a sequence is not convergent? See, this is the definition of a convergent sequence. Means what? After some stage n naught, we are coming closer and closer towards this number A. That's why we are calling this is nothing but the convergent point of this sequence AN. Okay, now we are interested in what do we mean by a sequence which is not convergent. So if you relate this definition with the definition of a not convergent sequence, then this is just the negation of this statement. Okay, so you just try to negate this statement. So what is the negation of this statement? What is the negation of for all? Yes, what is the negation of for all?
There exists.
There
So
exists.
there exist. See, this first definition is the definition of a convergent sequence. Now we are interested in the definition of a not convergent sequence, which means what? We need to negate the above definition. So for all is going to convert in terms of there exist for negation. So there exist a number say epsilon which is bigger than 0. And what is the negation of there exist?
For all.
For all. So there exist epsilon bigger than 0 for all n not belongs to n such that, now what is the negation of this statement? See here I am saying a real number is strictly less than epsilon. So what is its negation?
Greater than.
Is it only greater than? What is the law of trichotomy? If I pick any real number, then that real number is either less than 0, equals to 0 or bigger than 0. So here we are having strictly less than. Okay, so we need to attach equality also over here. So for proving a sequence which is not convergent, if you can able to find a number epsilon which is bigger than 0 such that this condition happens, that is mod of an minus a is bigger than or is equals to this number epsilon, then we are going to call such sequences as not convergent sequences. Is the definition clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us try to prove that example using this definition. Okay. Now our aim is to show what minus 1 to the power n is not convergent. See, later on we will study what are called as subsequences. Using that, this is just 1 minute check. Okay, within a minute you can able to conclude that this sequence is not convergent. But right now let us try to focus on the definition. Okay, so solution, you consider this is our sequence an. Remember, our aim is to show this sequence is not convergent. So let us assume something wrong. So suppose if possible, an is convergent sequence. And if it is convergent, which means what? It is converging to some real number. Let us call that real number as a. Okay. Then for epsilon is equals to 1 by 2, there exists the natural number say n naught belongs to n such that, okay, now here we are applying the definition of convergence. Remember the definition of convergence is what? For every epsilon bigger than 0 there exists a natural number such that mod of an minus a is less than epsilon. In particular, epsilon is anyway bigger than 0. So in particular, we are picking epsilon to be 1 by 2 because 1 by 2 is also bigger than 0. Okay, because epsilon is also bigger than 0. Not epsilon, because 1 by 2 is also bigger than 0. So we are taking epsilon to be 1 by 2, then there exists the natural number n naught such that, let us try to calculate what is this modulus. So mod of an minus a is equals to, but what is an? An is nothing but minus 1 to the power n. You can see we have assumed that this sequence minus 1 to the power n is nothing but an. So you just plug this value inside this modulus. Now we don't know about this number a. So you keep that number a as it is. So according to the definition of convergence, this modulus has to be less than epsilon. But what we are considering epsilon to be 1 by 2. So ये modulus किससे छोटा होगा? 1 by 2 से. For all n bigger than or is equals to n naught. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we just apply the definition of convergent sequence. Now note, if n naught is odd, see what it tells us. After this number n naught, we are coming closer and closer towards this number a. Now let us try to put some restriction on this n naught. Or let us see what happens when n naught is odd. So what we know about minus 1 to the power n naught? Remember, where n naught is odd natural number. What is minus 1 to the power odd natural number?
-1.
Minus 1. Okay, so minus 1 to the power n naught gives me minus 1. Again, now you can see we are still in the position where n naught is odd, and we are adding 1 in this odd natural number. So what you can say about minus 1 to the power n naught plus 1?
1.
This gives me 1 because n naught is odd and we are adding 1 to it, so it becomes even. So this gives me 1. यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now observe, this statement is saying what? N is bigger than or is equals to n naught. Can I say n can be n naught, or n is bigger than n naught? Means I can take n naught to be n to be n naught plus 1. Can I take that?
Yes, sir.
ओके सी यहाँ पे हम क्या बोल रहे हैं? n इज बिगर देन और इज इक्वल्स टू n नॉट. मीन्स n की वैल्यू हम n नॉट ले सकते हैं, या फिर n नॉट से और भी कोई बड़ा नंबर होगा तो हम वो कंसीडर कर सकते हैं. नाउ लेट अस ट्राई टू फोकस ऑन n नॉट एंड n नॉट प्लस 1. ओके, सो mod of minus 1 to the power n naught minus 1 to the power n naught plus 1. But you can see this first number gives me minus 1, this second number gives me 1, and in between them we are having a negative sign. So inside the modulus we are having minus 1 minus 1. So this gives me minus 2 inside the modulus. So if I remove this modulus, then we are getting 2. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, please have patience. You will know at the end why we are doing this kind of thing. Now, what happens if n naught is even? So, what can I say about minus 1 to the power n naught?
1.
Minus 1 to the power n naught is 1. And what about minus 1 to the power n naught plus 1?
-1.
Minus 1. Again, let us calculate this modulus. So this gives me what? 1 minus of minus 1, which again gives me 2. यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thus, in both the cases, we are having this modulus value to be exactly 2. Okay. Now here is the trick we are playing with. What we are saying, 2 is exactly equals to this modulus. Now here is the trick. You just add and subtract a inside this modulus. Okay, after adding and subtracting, you take these two terms in one bracket and next two terms in another bracket. And observe from here to here which inequality I am using.
Less than or
Triangle.
Triangle inequality. Okay, so from here to here we are using triangle inequality. So this modulus is less than or is equals to this modulus plus this modulus. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now observe, we are keeping first modulus as it is, but we are inverting the terms or reversing the terms of the second modulus. Can I do that? Yes. Can I write above modulus in this way?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because what we know, see, if I take minus sign common from the above modulus, then we are having what? Minus mod of minus a is same as mod a. Okay, so we can do that because see, ultimately this gives me what? Minus 1 in one modulus and a in another modulus. So we know about this modulus, this gives me exactly 1. Okay, so we can always do like this inside the modulus. Now observe what we know about this quantity. Observe the definition. First line of this page. Here what we are saying, mod of minus 1 to the power n minus a is strictly less than 1 by 2. And this inequality is true for all n which are bigger than or is equals to n naught. Means what? If I replace this n by n naught, then also this inequality satisfied. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Why it is true? Because here we are saying what? N is bigger than or is equals to n naught. तो अगर n exactly equals to n naught होगा तो भी ये inequality satisfy होगी, या फिर ये n अगर n naught से बड़ा होगा तो भी ये inequality satisfy होगी. Is that clear?
yes, sir.
Okay, so note this we are having, that is minus 1 to the power n minus a is strictly less than 1 by 2, and this is true for all n which are bigger than or is equals to this number n naught. So I can replace n by n naught, then also this inequality satisfied, or if I replace this n by n naught plus 1, then also this inequality satisfied, because we can take n to be n naught plus 1 because n naught plus 1 is anyway bigger than n naught. See, ये कंडीशन बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है इन सच सिचुएशन. हम यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं, हम n की वैल्यू अगर n नॉट नहीं तो n नॉट से बड़ी लेंगे तो ये जो इनइक्वालिटी है ये सेटिस्फाई होगी ऑलवेज. तो यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया, एक जगह पे हमने n नॉट वैल्यू ली n की और एक जगह पे हमने n नॉट प्लस 1 ली विच इज बिगर देन n नॉट, विच मीन्स व्हाट, ये दोनों केसेस में ये इनइक्वालिटी सेटिस्फाई होगी. यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what we know, this modulus is less than 1 by 2 and this modulus is also less than 1 by 2. Now, what is the addition of 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2?
1.
1. So on the right hand side, we are having 1. And on the left hand side, we are having 2. So is it possible 2 is strictly less than 1?
No, sir.
No.
So this is not possible. So here we are getting that 2 is strictly less than 1, which is a contradiction. Now why we are getting a contradiction? Because here we are assuming something wrong, that is an is a convergent sequence. That's why at the end we are getting a contradiction. So if it is not convergent, or you can say hence our assumption is wrong, and we can conclude that minus 1 to the power n is not a convergent sequence. That is minus 1 to the power n is a divergent sequence. If it is not convergent, which means two things. Either it is oscillating sequence, or you can say it is alternating sequence, that we will study little later. And both the sequences comes under this divergent sequences. Hence, we are saying that minus 1 to the power n is a divergent sequence. So remember, a sequence which is not convergent, now onwards we are going to call it as a divergent sequence. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And for the definition of divergent sequence, you just need to apply the negation on the convergent sequence wala definition. Okay. So in this way, we are going to say that this sequence minus 1 to the power n is a divergent sequence. Now you can see here we have do so much struggle to conclude that this sequence minus 1 to the power n is a divergent sequence. But later on we will study what are called as subsequences. Using that, within a minute, we are going to conclude that this sequence is a divergent sequence. But till then, you have to be patient. You have to keep patience. So let us explore more on the definition of a convergent sequence, so that the idea will be more clear to you what we are doing exactly in this definition. Okay, now this example gives you some idea about this definition. Find the value of n naught such that for the sequence an, so here this is our sequence an, such that an minus 2 by 3 is strictly less than epsilon, and they ask us for this epsilon, this particular epsilon, which is nothing but 0.01. Means for this value of epsilon, our aim is to find the value of n naught. Means what, see here what we are saying, this an is coming closer and closer towards this number 2 by 3 for this choice of epsilon. We need to find out the value of n naught such that after that number n naught, we are coming fastly, or you can say we are coming very closer towards this number 2 by 3 after this number n naught. So let us try to understand how we are going to calculate this value of n naught in this situation. So if you apply L'Hopital rule, or if you just take n square common from this sequence, then you can able to conclude that the limit of this sequence is nothing but 2 by 3. Can you able to see that? Yes. Just apply limit n tending to infinity to this sequence and try to observe where this sequence is converging. Can you able to see this sequence is converging to this number 2 by 3? Yes or no? At least say something so that I can understand. See, you just take n square common from from this sequence. So in the numerator, what we are having, if I take n square common, what is the second term? Yes. Second term is 4 by n. Now what happens if I take n square common from the denominator? Phi upon n square plus, okay, it is not n square, it is n. Okay, and here we are having 1 upon n square. Now you can see we can cancel this n square. Now you can take the limit. Take the limit where n approaches to infinity. So after taking the limit, we are having that this this number blows up towards 0. Similarly, this number blows up and this number is also blows up. So what remains over here is just 2 by 3. Hence, we are concluding that this sequence an is converging towards this number 2 by 3. That's why here we are writing mod of an minus 2 by 3 is strictly less than epsilon. And for this choice of epsilon, our aim is to find the value of n naught. Is the idea clear what we are going to do in this example?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So अब हमें n naught की value find out करनी है for this epsilon. So let us try to understand the solution. Given epsilon to be 0.01. So how can I write this in terms of numerator and denominator? This is what 1 upon 100.
100.
Okay. Now let us consider this modulus. Okay, that is mod of an minus 2 by 3. Okay, so consider this modulus an minus 2 by 3. Now plug the value of an in this modulus. So here we are having 2 times n square minus 4n divided by 3 times n square plus 5n plus 1 minus 2 by 3. Now after cross multiplication, you are having this term in the numerator and this term in the denominator. After simplifying, you can able to get minus 22 times n minus 2 in the numerator and 3 times this term in the denominator. Now you can take minus 1 common from the numerator and just separate. That is, you keep minus 1 in one modulus and keep the remaining term in another modulus. So this first modulus gives me 1 and this second modulus is anyway a positive number because we are writing because we are picking n from the set of natural number. So here we are having 22 times n plus 2 in the numerator. Do we have n over here? No, na? See here this 6n square cancel. This gives me minus 22n minus 2. Okay, so that's correct. So here this n is extra. So you just remove this n. इस स्टेप तक किसी को कुछ डाउट है?
No, sir.
Okay. So in the numerator we are having 22 times n plus 2. Now tell me what is the relation between these two quantities? Among these two numbers, which number is the bigger one?
24n.
24n is bigger than 22n. Okay. Now tell me what is the relation between these two numbers, that is 22n plus 2 and 24n. Yes. See, if I remove this 2
Sir,
from the
24 is greater.
do we have strict inequality, or I can include equality also?
Equality also.
Equality also, because see, if you put n to be 1, then on the left hand side we are having 24 and on the right hand side we are having 24. So you can't just say that this number is strictly less than this number. Here we need to include equality also. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can I write this number is strictly less than or is equals to 24 times n divided by 3 times 3n square plus 5n plus 1. Okay, here you add one more step. Okay, because we want a denominator to be same in both the cases, then only we can say this. But further you do some further analysis, that is, what is the relation between 3n square plus 5n plus 1 and 3n square plus 5n? Among these two, which one is the bigger one?
3n plus 5n plus 1.
Obviously, because here we are adding 1 to this natural number. So this left hand side is bigger than the right hand side, bigger than or is equals to. Okay. Now take the reciprocal. So what I can say about these two numbers then? Can I say inequality reverses?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now multiply both sides by 24 times n. Yes. So can I say this number is less than or is equals to this number then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now observe one more thing. Okay, so we are on this situation. That is 24n in the numerator divided by 3 times 3n square plus 5n in the denominator. Now you can simplify it a bit further. So here we are having 3, what it is?
8. 8.
8. Okay. So here you can see they have written 7. So it is not 7, it has to be 8. Okay, and what can I say about this n? If I take n common from the denominator, then can I cancel this n which is in the numerator?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So what remains in the denominator?
3n plus 5.
3n plus 5.
3n plus 5. यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this we are saying that this is, see, we have taken this modulus and at the end we are saying that this modulus is strictly less than or is equals to 8 upon 3n plus 5. But what we know about this modulus using the definition of convergent sequence, or you can say what is given to us over here, this modulus is how? This modulus is strictly less than epsilon. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
So this is given to us. Okay, let me rub this thing so that you can able to visualize, able to see it. Okay, so here you can see we are having this modulus is strictly less than epsilon and the value of epsilon is 0.01. So here this number 8 upon 3n plus 5 is strictly less than 0.01. यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes, sir.
Now let us try to solve this equation. And using this, let us try to get the bound on n. Okay? So this number is less than epsilon. Here we want 8. Okay, so we are in this situation. That is, the left hand side is strictly less than 0.01. Now take the reciprocal. So after taking the reciprocal, what happens to this inequality?
Reverse.
It changes.
Inequality reverses. So on the left hand side we are having 3n plus 5 divided by 7, and on the right hand side we are having 1 upon 0.01, and the inequality reverses. Now what we know about this fraction, can I say it is exactly equals to 100?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And here we are having 8. Okay, so you just shift this 8 on the right hand side. So on the left hand side we are having 3n plus 5, and on the right hand side we are having 800. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now subtract 5. So on the right hand side we are having it
795.
is 795. Okay, so here we are having 795 divided by 3. So here we are having n is a natural number which is bigger than 795 divided by 3. Now what is the answer we are getting after doing this division? 3 to the 6, 3 6 the 18, and 3 5 the 15.
5 the 50.
Okay, so here we are having the value of, or here we are having n is bigger than 265. But what we want all those natural number which is bigger than or is equals to n naught. Now you just compare these two things, and can you able to identify the value of n naught?
Two 65.
Can I
And
take
not is greater than or equal to 265.
n naught to be exactly 265, or we need to take a bigger natural number which is bigger than 265?
Bigger.
Why it is bigger? Observe this two equation carefully. What is the difference between these two? Let me call this number as n naught. Now tell me what is the difference between these two?
There is no equality sign
Here is no
in the
equality
symbol.
sign. Okay, that's why we can't just say this n naught to be 265. So which value I should take for n naught then? Or just give me the answer of this. When I can say here is an equality, when I can say that, or when I will attach this equality over here. See here I am saying this n is bigger than this number 265. Now see, it sometimes it may happens that this n is nothing but 266. Okay, this is for your understanding purpose. Let us assume that this n to be 266. So for attaching equality, what we need to do? Can I say we need to add 1 on the right hand side for attaching equality over here? Yes, can I say that? समझ
Yes,
रहा
sir.
है या आपको नहीं समझ रहा? So just give me the answer of this. Among these two number, which one is the bigger number?
3.
3.
3 is the bigger number. Now my question is, what we need to add in this 2 so that we can get equality over here?
1.
1.
1. Okay, so the least possible value we need to add in on the right hand side is nothing but 1, so that we can get equality in such situation. That's why we are adding this least value over here to get the value of n naught. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That's why they are adding 1. Observe, they are adding 1. See, if you are getting the answer in the fraction, okay, see here we are getting a perfect natural number. Okay, we are not getting any kind of fraction. That's why we are directly adding 1. But if you get the fraction, then you need to take its greatest integer. Okay, so what is the greatest integer of 231.66?
233.
231 or 232? Yes, Shweta, what you said?
232.
Is it 232? Just answer this. What is the integer part of this number? Or you can say the flooring function of this number.
231.
It is exactly 231. Greatest integer less than or is equals to this number. So the greatest integer is nothing but 231 for this. That's why they are adding 1 to this fractional wala part after taking the greatest integer. So they are concluding that the value of n naught is 232. But in our case, what is the value of n naught? Yes. What is the value of n naught?
Two 65 plus 1.
Is it 265
Plus 1.
plus 1,
65.
which is nothing but, in our case, the value of n naught is 266. Which means what? When this sequence an is converging to this number 2 by 3, whenever we are picking n which are bigger than or is equals to this number 266, okay, means what, you are considering a sequence. Okay, you are considering a sequence where you are having a1 a2 up to an and so on. See, sequence is an infinite. Sequence is a function in which we are having infinite terms. So when we are converging towards 2 by 3 in that sequence, after this sequence A266. Okay. So if I go further after this sequence A266, then we are coming closer and closer towards this number 2 by 3. That is the meaning of that definition. Means after this stage 266, we are coming closer and closer towards this limit point. Is the idea clear now?
Yes, sir.
So in this way, we are going to find out the value of n naught such that we can able to conclude after this stage n naught, we are coming closer and closer towards this limit point. I hope the idea is clear now. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But for that, we want both the values. Epsilon की भी वैल्यू चाहिए, अगर हमें एप्सिलॉन पता होगा तभी हम एन नॉट के बारे में कंक्लूड कर पाएंगे. Okay, now observe. So this we have already seen that this an is equals to n is nothing but the divergent sequence. Is it or not? Yes. Yes, tell me whether we have seen this sequence is a divergent sequence or not. See, go in the very first lecture of the sequence where we have spoke something about this sequence an is equals to n. Okay. So again, you can see our aim is to show this sequence an is a divergent sequence, which means what? You won't get any epsilon bigger than 0 such that you can bound this sequence an using this number epsilon. Okay, in this case, you are always getting this kind of scenario. Doesn't matter which epsilon you pick, you are always getting that the terms of this sequence is always bigger than your epsilon. For example, see here in the definition of divergent sequence, what we said? We said there exists number epsilon which is bigger than 0. Okay. So there exists a number epsilon bigger than 0 such that this condition holds. Now there exists, which means what? For some epsilon. Now you give me any value of epsilon, no matter how large or how small it is. If you are saying me 100, okay, if you are telling me you are going to pick epsilon to be 100, and here we are having, now see I am talking about the sequence n, okay, and I am not interested in this limit, okay, because I know that this limit doesn't exist. Our aim is to show this condition, that is this modulus is bigger than or is equals to 100. Now the choice of n is on us, which means what? You pick any large n which is bigger than this 100. Okay. So here I can pick say 101 because 101 is also bigger than this 100. So if you want, you can change your epsilon to be 1000. Then I can pick 1001. Then always I am getting a natural number which is bigger than your epsilon, or in fact I am using the Archimedean property. Doesn't matter which real number you give to me, I can always give you a natural number which is bigger than your real number. So in fact you can prove this statement using Archimedean property. Is the idea clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, or you can make this kind of argument. Do you want me to take this argument or will you do it by yourself? As I already told you that we are going very slow in this unit, so let me take it so that you can able to understand it. Okay. So statement is what? We need to show this sequence an is a divergent sequence. So let us assume something wrong. So suppose if possible the sequence n is a convergent sequence and converging to a real number say a. See, remember, whenever I am going to say a sequence is a convergent sequence, which means what? It has a point where it converging. Because if I said the sequence is convergent and I don't tell you that where it is converging, then that is the meaningless statement. Because see, when I will say a sequence is convergent, when I can able to answer that what happens towards the tail of that sequence or where the tail of the sequence is going, which means what? Whenever I am saying a sequence is convergent sequence, which means it is converging to a particular number, or you can say a real number. Let us call that real number as a. So here we are assuming something wrong, that is this sequence n is a convergent sequence and converging to a real number, say a. So let us use the definition of a convergent sequence. So what is the definition? For every epsilon bigger than 0, there exists a natural number n naught belongs to n such that the modulus of an minus a, in this case the value of an is nothing but n. Okay, so in this case we are going to say n minus a. A is nothing but the limit point of this sequence. So n minus a is strictly less than epsilon. And this is true for all n bigger than or is equals to n naught. So if it is true for every epsilon, so in particular, let me pick this epsilon to be 1. Because this definition is true for every epsilon, which is bigger than 0. So यहाँ पे 1 भी bigger than 0 है, which means what? This definition is true for this epsilon also. So there exists n naught belongs to n such that mod of an minus a, which is nothing but n minus a, is strictly less than 1. Because here we are picking the value of epsilon to be 1. And this is true for all n bigger than or is equals to n naught. यहाँ तक क्लियर है? यस, यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now consider a natural number, say n. Then can I say n is same as mod n?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
because
Yes,
n
sir.
is anyway positive natural. Or you can say natural number are always positive. Now you just add and subtract a inside this modulus. So again, use triangle inequality over here. So I can say this is less than or is equals to mod of n minus a plus mod a. यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But what we know about this modulus n minus a?
Less than 0. 1. Sorry.
This is less than 1. Okay. So can I say this is strictly less than 1 plus mod a?
Yes, sir.
And this is true for all n bigger than or is equals to n naught. Okay. Now let m to be the maximum of 1 plus mod a comma n naught. Okay, so here we are considering m, capital M, to be the maximum among these two. Then if n is strictly less than n naught, then n is less than or is equals to n naught and n naught is less than or is equals to m. ये स्टेप क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now observe the next one. If n is bigger than or is equals to n naught, now here we are saying two things, okay? If n is less than n naught, then we are in this situation. And if n is bigger than or is equals to n naught, then we are having n is less than or is equals to 1 plus mod a using this, okay? but m is the maximum among these two numbers, so I can say that 1 plus mod a is strictly less than or is equals to m. So in both the cases, what we are having? We are having this natural number n is always less than or is equals to capital M. And this is true for all n belongs to natural number. So if it is true for all n belongs to natural number, which means what? Set of natural number is a bounded set. Is it or not? समझा या नहीं समझा?
Yes, sir.
ओके ये सबके लिए प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है वॉइस ब्रेकिंग का या खाली हिमांशु के लिए है? यस मेरी वॉइस क्लियर है सभी को?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Himanshu, you please check your connection. See here. See if you remember, then we have proved one result based on bounded sequence. That is, whenever we are having mod of an is less than or is equals to k, where k is any bigger than 0. Okay, where k is any number, any real number which is bigger than 0. And this is true for all n bigger than or is equals to n naught. Or you can say simply for all n. There is no need of this n naught. Okay, then in such situation, what we are going to say? We are going to say this sequence an is a bounded sequence. The same thing we are going to apply it over here. Here, instead of k, we are assuming it is to be m. And we are considering an to be n. And we are concluding n is less than or is equals to m. See, this n is same as mod n. See, if you confuse, then I can write this n to be mod n because mod n is same as n. So what we are saying it over here is this sequence mod n is less than or is equals to m, where m is anyway a positive number. Which means what? Here we are saying that this sequence n is a bounded sequence. And this is true for all n. For all n, we are having a bound on the sequence n. And we have chosen this n from the set of natural number. And this is true for all n, which means what? Ultimately, we are saying what? Set of natural number is bounded set. But is it true?
No, sir.
So this is not true. Because what we know about set of natural number? This is bounded below only. And it is bounded below by 1. But it is not bounded above. Hence, this set is not bounded. But here we are getting this set of natural number is a bounded set. So this is the contradiction we are getting it over here. So this is the contradiction to Archimedean property that there exists a natural number such that natural number n naught is bigger than this real number m. Hence, our assumption is wrong. And this sequence n cannot be a convergent sequence. So if it is not convergent, then what we are going to say? We are going to say this sequence n is a divergent sequence. Is the solution clear?
Yes, sir.
So all of you please go through this solution once again at your home, so that if you find any difficulties in this solution, then you can able to ask your question. Okay, now let me leave this exercise for your homework. That is, you need to show that every constant sequence is convergent. Now, why it is true? Let me give you an example. You consider sequence n to be 2. Then what is a1?
2,
a1 is 2. What is a2?
2,
2,
What is a100?
2, 2,
A100 is also 2. Means what? Whenever you are going to consider a constant sequence, then every time you are getting 2, 2, 2, 2 repeatedly so many times. And we are having a result if we are in this situation where we are having only one point which is repeating infinitely many times, then that is nothing but the convergent point of our sequence an. Hence you can able to conclude that this sequence an is convergent and it is converging to this number 2. Is the idea clear?
Yes, sir.
Now if I ask you where c is a constant, then what is your answer? Can I say this sequence an is convergent sequence?
Yes, sir.
And where it converge?
C.
So this sequence an is convergent sequence and it converges to this number c. Now see, sometimes it is very difficult to find this convergent point. Though we can able to conclude that this sequence n is convergent sequence, but sometimes it is quite difficult to find this convergent point. In that situation, we are going to use Cauchy sequences. Okay, so this is the motivation of Cauchy sequence. So let me stop it here. You just see this example by your own and please let me know have you understood this solution or not in my next lecture. And after that, in tomorrow's session, we are going to see this very important theorem, that is whenever the limit of a sequence exists, then it has to be unique. That is, you are not getting a sequence which is converging to two different limits. This is not the case. Okay, so this we will see in my tomorrow's lecture. Now let me tell you, see, जब तक आपको नोटिस नहीं आता तब तक आपके सारे लेक्चर्स और यू कैन से प्रैक्टिकल्स ऑनलाइन ही होंगे. ओके, आपके ऑफलाइन मैथ्स प्रैक्टिकल तो अभी तक नहीं होंगे. जब हम आपके ग्रुप में मैसेज डालेंगे तभी आप कंफर्म करोगे कि आपके प्रैक्टिकल्स ऑफलाइन होंगे, अदरवाइज नहीं होंगे. और राइट नाउ वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन आवर सिलेबस. सो हम वो मैथ्स के जितने भी प्रैक्टिकल्स हैं हम उन्हें एज ए लेक्चर ही कंडक्ट करेंगे और वो भी ऑनलाइन मोड. इज दैट क्लियर टू एवरीवन?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके, नाउ नो वन इज गोइंग टू मैसेज मी एंड आस्क सर हमारे प्रैक्टिकल ऑफलाइन होंगे कि नहीं होंगे. Okay, so this is the homework for you. Please try to go through this example and let me know if you have any difficulties in it in my next lecture. So anybody want to ask any kind of question, then you just unmute yourself and you can ask. If not, then you can exit from this meeting.
Thank you, sir.